love the Eagles as much as we do, then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama, updates, and hype all season long. The name Tyreek Hill has been echoing through every corner of the football world, and when whispers like these start gaining volume, you know something massive might be brewing behind the scenes. The idea of a superstar of his magnitude arriving in Philadelphia feels almost surreal. Yet insiders and locker room chatter suggest that the Eagles' front office may be quietly orchestrating something that could shake the entire league. This is not being framed as a done deal, not an announcement, not a confirmation, but rather as that kind of rumor that refuses to die. Fans are buzzing, analysts are cautiously smiling, and rival teams are paying close attention. Hill represents speed, unpredictability, and a kind of explosive presence that can change the emotional temperature of a stadium in a single snap. When a franchise like the Eagles is even mentioned alongside a player like that, expectations instantly rise. People close to the organization say there's a feeling of ambition in the air, a sense that standing still is no longer an option. Philadelphia has always thrived on bold moves, and the mere possibility of Tyreek Hill wearing green has already ignited debates, dreams, and a growing belief that something extraordinary might be forming quietly, away from the spotlight. What makes this speculation even more intriguing is how naturally Tyreek Hill seems to fit into the identity the Eagles have been shaping. Speed has become a weapon in modern football, and Hill is often described as speed personified. The thought of defenses trying to keep up with his routes, while also accounting for the other weapons already present in Philadelphia, feels almost unfair. Sources close to the situation suggest that internal conversations have revolved around maximizing prime years, striking while the competitive window is wide open. Hill's name keeps resurfacing in those conversations, not as a fantasy, but as a calculated risk worth exploring. From a narrative standpoint, this would not just be a roster move, it would be a statement. It would tell the league that the Eagles are not content with being competitive. They want to be terrifying. Fans sense that energy too. Social media reactions, talk radio murmurs, and sideline whispers all point to a city already celebrating something that has not officially happened. That is the power of a rumor when it feels believable, when it aligns perfectly with ambition, timing, and hunger. Behind closed doors, speculation grows that Tyreek Hill himself may be intrigued by the idea of a new challenge. Athletes at his level often look beyond contracts and consider legacy, environment, and opportunity. Philadelphia offers a passionate fan base, a demanding media presence, and a culture that embraces stars who deliver. Rumors suggest that Hill's camp has at least listened, at least acknowledged the possibility, and that alone is enough to fuel an entire narrative. The Eagles are known for their aggressive mindset, and this kind of move would fit perfectly into that reputation. People around the league describe the front office as calculated but fearless, willing to absorb criticism if it means chasing greatness. Hill's arrival, even as a hypothetical, symbolizes that approach. It represents the idea of pushing all chips to the center of the table. When players start believing that something special is coming, it changes how they train, how they talk, and how they visualize the future. That belief is reportedly growing inside the locker room, fed not by official statements, but by quiet confidence and suggestive silence. Another layer of this rumor lies in how opponents would be forced to react. Defensive coordinators spend sleepless nights planning for Tyreek Hill, and the idea of adding him to an already dangerous Eagles offense sends a clear message across the league. Some insiders speculate that this rumor alone may be strategic, a way to unsettle rivals and shift narratives. Whether intentional or not, it is working. Conversations have shifted from what the Eagles lack to how unstoppable they could become. Hill's presence would stretch the field, open space, and create mismatches that are nearly impossible to manage consistently. Analysts who usually preach caution are allowing themselves moments of excitement, imagining scenarios that feel straight out of a highlight reel. The Eagles thrive in chaos, and Hill is a generator of chaos for defenses. Even the possibility of this union has elevated expectations and raise pressure on everyone involved. That pressure, however, seems welcomed in Philadelphia, where being bold has always been part of the DNA. From the fan perspective, the reaction has been nothing short of electric. Eagles supporters are known for their intensity, and the idea of TYREEK Hill entering their football ecosystem feels like a perfect storm. Rumors have turned into celebrations, not because anything is official, but because hope itself is intoxicating. Jerseys are imagined, chants are rehearsed, and highlight videos are already being mentally edited by fans who live for moments like this. This kind of buzz does not appear out of thin air. It is born from timing, ambition, and credibility. Hill is not just any star, he is a game breaker. And the Eagles are not just any team, they are perennial contenders. When those two worlds even appear to collide, excitement becomes unavoidable. Some voices urge patience, reminding everyone that rumors can fade as quickly as they rise. Others argue that where there is smoke, there is fire. In Philadelphia, that debate is part of the fun, part of the culture, and part of what makes moments like these feel larger than life. As the speculation continues to swirl, one thing becomes clear. The Eagles are being talked about differently. TYREEK Hill's name carries weight, and attaching it to Philadelphia has altered the narrative around the franchise. Whether this rumor becomes reality or fades into legend, its impact is already being felt. Players feel it, fans feel it, and rivals certainly feel it. The possibility alone suggests that the Eagles are thinking big, dreaming loud, and refusing to settle. In a league where perception often shapes reality, this kind of speculation can be powerful. It builds momentum, fuels belief, and creates an atmosphere where greatness feels possible. For now, it remains a rumor, a tantalizing whisper that grows louder by the hour. But in Philadelphia, whispers have a habit of turning into roars, and if TYREEK Hill truly does arrive, this moment will be remembered as the spark that ignited a celebration long before anything was ever confirmed. As the rumor keeps circulating, the second wave of speculation dives deeper into what this possible arrival would actually mean on the field and beyond it. People close to the Eagles suggest that this is not just about adding speed or star power, but about redefining how the team wants to be perceived. TYREEK Hill is the kind of player that forces an identity shift. His presence alone demands attention, reshapes play calling, and changes how opponents prepare emotionally before even stepping onto the field. The Eagles have always valued toughness and versatility, but the addition of a player like Hill would introduce an element of fear. Fear is something that cannot be measured on stat sheets, yet it wins battles before they even begin. Rumors hint that coaching staff discussions have included the psychological impact of such a move, how confidence can snowball when elite talent joins an already confident group. This speculation paints a picture of an organization that understands momentum and is willing to chase it aggressively. The idea is not just to win, but to dominate narratives, conversations, and expectations. Hill represents that kind of cultural accelerant. Another angle fueling this speculation revolves around how TYREEK Hill could elevate everyone around him. Receivers benefit when defenses shift coverage, quarterbacks benefit when windows open faster, and running games thrive when the field stretches horizontally. According to quiet chatter, some within the Eagles believe this could be a transformative domino effect. Hill would not arrive as a lone superstar, but as a catalyst. The rumor suggests that internal optimism has grown, not because of guarantees, but because of possibilities. Players reportedly talk about what could be unlocked, how creativity could flourish, and how confidence could turn into swagger. The Eagles have built a reputation for maximizing talent, and Hill's skill set fits perfectly into that philosophy. Even skeptics admit that if such a move happened, it would instantly make the Eagles one of the most discussed teams in football. That kind of attention brings pressure, but also opportunity. For a franchise that thrives on proving doubters wrong, pressure is often viewed as fuel rather than burden. There's also speculation about how this potential move could influence the broader locker room culture. Veterans might see it as a signal that management is fully committed to winning now, not later. Younger players could view it as motivation, knowing they are part of something ambitious and daring. Rumors suggest that leadership within the team has already discussed embracing higher expectations, regardless of whether this specific move materializes. TYREEK Hill's name has become symbolic, representing a willingness to chase greatness unapologetically. In Philadelphia, that mentality resonates deeply. The city respects effort, boldness, and confidence. A player like Hill embodies all of that, which is why this rumor feels so natural to so many fans. Even those urging caution admit that the fit makes sense emotionally and strategically. This speculation is less about logistics and more about belief. Belief that the Eagles are not afraid to dream big and act decisively when opportunity knocks. From a league-wide perspective, the rumor has already sparked reactions that feel telling. Rival fan bases dismiss it publicly while quietly worrying in private. Analysts downplay the likelihood while simultaneously breaking down hypothetical schemes. That contradiction speaks volumes. TYREEK Hill joining the Eagles would not be just another transaction. It would be a shift in balance. Speculation suggests that front offices around the league are at least monitoring the situation, aware that such a move could force adjustments elsewhere. Football is a copycat league, and bold decisions often inspire reactions. Even if this remains only a rumor, it highlights how the Eagles are perceived as a destination capable of attracting elite talent. That perception alone has value. It positions the franchise as aggressive, confident, and forward-thinking. Hill's name, attached to Philadelphia, amplifies that image and reinforces the idea that the Eagles are always one step away from something big. For the fans, the celebration continues even without confirmation. This is not blind optimism, but informed excitement built on patterns of past bold moves. Eagles supporters have seen their team take risks before, and that history fuels belief. Social conversations are filled with imagined plays, emotional reactions, and debates that stretch late into the night. The rumor has become a shared experience, a collective daydream that brings the fan base together. TYREEK Hill symbolizes excitement, and excitement is the lifeblood of sports culture. Whether this speculation becomes reality or not, it has already achieved something important. It has reminded fans why they care so deeply, why hope is powerful, and why rumors matter in the emotional economy of sports. In Philadelphia, passion is not passive. It is loud, demanding, and unwavering. This rumor feeds directly into that identity. As this second chapter of speculation unfolds, the story remains unfinished, suspended between imagination and reality. TYREEK Hill and the Eagles have not confirmed anything, yet the narrative feels alive, growing stronger with every passing conversation. That is the beauty of rumors in sports. They live in possibility, fueled by logic, desire, and timing. For now, the Eagles stand at the center of attention, surrounded by whispers that suggest ambition knows no limits. Whether this dream materializes or fades, it reflects a franchise unafraid of dreaming big and a fan base ready to celebrate the moment it becomes real. Until then, the speculation continues, louder than ever, echoing through a city that thrives on belief and refuses to stop dreaming. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Emotionally, the conversation has matured from initial surprise into thoughtful anticipation. Supporters are no longer asking only what BB brings, but when and how his influence might become most visible. The absence of urgency in public messaging suggests confidence, which in itself becomes part of the rumor. The Cowboys' trade confirmation remains a reference point, but it no longer dominates the emotional landscape. Instead, it acts as context, framing the Eagles' move as deliberate rather than reactive. Commentators speculate that this calm exterior is intentional, designed to keep focus inward. BB's personality, often described as grounded and professional, aligns neatly with this tone. Fans who value culture as much as talent find reassurance in that alignment. The speculation continues to feed itself because silence invites interpretation, and interpretation fuels engagement. Looking outward, rival teams are believed to be recalibrating their own expectations. The Eagles' ability to make a move without spectacle is being quietly admired and cautiously respected. Some executives reportedly view this as a sign that Philadelphia is comfortable operating without external validation. The Cowboys' trade confirmation may have been louder, but the Eagles' response feels more surgical. In rumor-driven narratives, this contrast matters. It shapes how teams perceive each other, influencing future negotiations and strategic interactions. Cooper Beebe, in this sense, becomes a symbol of understated intent. He represents a philosophy that values control over chaos. This perception alone can alter competitive dynamics, even before any tangible results emerge. As this speculative chapter continues to unfold, the prevailing sense is that the Eagles are not finished shaping their identity. Cooper Beebe's arrival is widely believed to be a foundational move, not a concluding one. The Cowboys' trade confirmation may have marked an endpoint for one storyline, but in Philadelphia, it feels like a beginning. Fans, analysts, and rivals alike remain attentive, parsing every subtle cue. In the space between confirmed facts and whispered intentions, the Eagles appear comfortable, trusting that patience will eventually reveal purpose. Until then, the rumor persists, evolving with every conversation, sustained by curiosity and the belief that the quietest moves often carry the loudest consequences. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.